Hi, my name is Lisa Campo Piano, and this is Budgeting and Smart Spending for Young Adults. So, what will we discuss today? Budgeting and smart spending fundamentals. How do you get started with a budget? And why is this so important? So, what is a budget? A budget is an estimation of revenue, which is money in, and expenses, which is money out. Budgets can be for a person, a group of people, a business, a government, or just about anything else that makes and spends money. So you might be wondering, why do I need a budget? I'm young, I don't make much money yet, and I really don't have that many bills. Well, just like many other habits, like brushing your teeth and showering every day, learning how to handle money is a habit. Studies show that by learning positive financial habits at a young age, you'll continue with those same positive habits as you become an adult. And the opposite is also true. Young adults who didn't learn positive spending habits were more likely to have more debt later in life. So, learning how to budget is one way to avoid getting into serious debt. It can help you be successful with your finances, and it helps you to be mindful of where you spend and save. So, let's walk through a simple budget example. Let's say you're taking home $500 a week and you're babysitting for some extra money, so you're taking in an income of $600 a week. Your fixed expenses, they total up to $550. So you might be thinking, that's $50 extra left over. But notice what's missing on the left-hand side. There's nothing accounting for extracurricular stuff like travel or pizza with friends, maybe new clothes. And there's also nothing there for a slush fund for emergencies. Now, in this scenario, we really have to be mindful every day of what we spend extra money on to ensure that we'll have enough money for our fixed expenses. Often young adults are courted by credit card companies with appealing offers. We thought we might take a moment to just caution you a bit on being too quick to sign up for credit cards. Credit cards can be very helpful and they can have a lot of benefits, but they can also get you into trouble quick. So, for example, let's say you're about to move into your first apartment and you're needing furniture, and because you're about to start your first job, you want to look sharp and need some new clothes. Let's say all of this totals up to about $2,000 in expenses. And maybe you don't have that money handy. Maybe you haven't saved it. So you have to think to yourself, well, do I really need this? So you decide, I really need this stuff. And then you choose to use a credit card to pay for it. But the problem is, you also didn't have that money to have the ability to pay that $2,000 off at the end of the month when your credit card bill came. So you start to make the minimum payment. You make the minimum payment every single month. A $2,000 credit card balance with an average 18% annual rate and making only the minimum payment, it will take you over 30 years to pay that off. 30 years. In 30 years, you won't want that furniture anymore, and you may not even wear that clothes anymore. That's mind-boggling. And I think we'd all agree it's just not the right answer. So you might be thinking this is overwhelming and geez, where do I start? Well, you took the first step by starting to learn about smart spending and budgeting. The next things you could do would be as simple as searching on the internet. There is a ton of information available to get yourself educated on smart spending and how to be successful at budgeting. There's also a ton of books out there available to get going as a beginner. And then there's apps that you can even download on your phone, which make budgeting and great spending habits even easier. To get started, start to pay attention to where you're spending money. Paying attention to where you spend money, meaning we trick ourselves by avoiding looking at where we've spent money. Adults do it, teenagers do it. It's a very common problem. But if you start by looking back at where you've spent money over, say, the past few weeks, you might find that you're really surprised at just how much you've spent and where. You may have goals of things you want to do. You may have goals of places you want to travel. Start to set your goals. Start to be mindful of what that looks like for your future, for your retirement, for a house, and start today. It's not too early to think about the future, meaning young adults entering your 20s. I realize, yes, you won't be thinking about retirement. It's so far off. We get that. However, and according to bankrate.com, youth is a huge advantage when it comes to building wealth for retirement because it gives you time to maximize the power of compound interest. With compounding, you can save a little bit now and reap huge rewards later. And in your 20s, you may not even have a mortgage or a family to support, so saving is even easier. Don't pass up the opportunity to get a jump start on saving for retirement now. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you found this video helpful and it inspires you to make smart spending habits part of your daily routine